どうも、ドミです。それでは、ヴァンパイアやっていきたいと思います。本当はマジでやめるつもりだった。もう少しやろうかな。完全にハマってます。ただ、仲介する気は全くしない。面白いっちゃ面白いんですけど、もうちょっとね、親切な感じだったらよかったんですけどね。人がどこにいるかわかるっていうのと、あとスキップトラベルとかで飛べるっていうのがなんとかして。
I'd step back, sir. Over there. There's one of them vermin.
これがあったらね、仲介してといろんなエンディングを見てとかやってたと。どこだ？
This is no place for you, sir. Are you deaf?
この辺なんだけど。中入れないか。入れるじゃん。ここでついでに。
So Priwen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
ついでにこれをじゃない、どれだっけ？これか。をやりたい。買った今。買ってない。お、下か。
It ain't human.
よいしょ。かな。お
This is no place for you, sir.
スワンジー博士があそこに。
Hey, I'm talking to you.
これスワンジー博士？下か。
Crush the leech, boys.
どっちじゃなかった。あれ、まず勝つか。
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
お、鍵。どっちだろう。前はあっちだからこっち。正解なのか。
It's locked, all right.
This is no place for you, sir.
の辺に
Don't come any fucking closer.
どこ ?3 メートルってことはこの裏側ら辺にある。ここか。
I'll tell you.
にゃんの
It's locked.
マジでロックされてるじゃん。
It's locked, all right.
これだ。違うんかな。1階
I should find the key to that box. Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
これどこだ ?1 階っつって。これ何階地下だよな。じゃないかじゃん。これなんもないな。地下か。
Lord, give us strength. Over there.
出てくる。これ出口だ。
We cannot be defeated.
どこだ
Be strong, brothers.
スラを倒す。2階
Best
だよ
run
な。
along home, sir. We cannot be defeated.
なんかあれ。全然関係ない。鍵どこだどこだ
Oh, smells like
何
rock.
回何回か。この辺の敵を倒してみたらいい。
I'd head get them. Fear no evil. We pretty much shall die, beast.
鍵が手に入った。
I can now open the box.
使えよ。
We cannot be defeated.
I really don't know if I should read this.
4。2秒。なんだかんだで、このゲーム、コロナ前に発売してんだよ。ある意味コロナに近いんだよ。角を持ったヴァンパイア。え、これ何？
I can't believe it.
どういうこと？何が信じられないんだ。
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skull epidemic.
I never imagine that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? Are you sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I...
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you...
What can you tell me?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he...
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
中心人物ががっつり死んでる。全身でんじゃんかこれ。違った。そう。わからんわ。誰だっけかな。木村君。
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theatre. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a...
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother, a symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum.
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!
検知されなくても大丈夫なのか。検知されなかったら死ぬとかあるから。どうなったの？生きてるな。選択肢がほぼなかったな。
Return later.
おう、なくなった。マイナス1310ってマイナスあるんだこれ。アイ 毒薬。いいのか。
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Step away, sir. Some of this. Oh, fuck you, fuck! We have to stop it!
どうなるんだろうと試したらマイナスになったという。
Bloody monster! I'll sit.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him. Or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skal epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar gave no heed to ethics. His theory could have been proven to be correct, but he abused the confidence of his patients to test it.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Icor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh, God.
Elizabeth. Are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth! It's locked, all right. Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need. Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
Sir, you are not welcome.
You cannot forget his name.
Tell me about vampires.
He promised he would help me, give me immortality, make me escape this world of death.
Who is he?
I can't tell.
Karina, I order you to reveal to...
Don't you dare interfere with my game, Ekon. Go find yourself your own toy and let me play with mine.
Who are you? Reveal yourself.
Why? What would be the fun in that? It's so amusing to see her defile herself, one bite at a time.
This vampire is...
Help me, please, Dr. Reed. Help me.
I must...
ワンパイアほんまに強い。
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with Lord Redgrave...
いない。なんか
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker, Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
This is more important than the club, you or me. This is London's last hope.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly...
これがあるとぽいな。いたっけ？あ、いるな。いやでも木村忠夫か。
Nobody takes him seriously.
Over there! There's one of those vermin! Away with you! This is now my domain, young Ekon! We cannot be defeated! You're bleeding!
感じで。削る。 ちゃいい感じに倒してしまった。呂布乗りってやつだ。だってあれ？ああ。
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Good evening.
My mother always prefers...
Is it true you often hurt your...
Yes, it's true. I try to behave, I really do. But one way or another, I always end up injured or wounded. I'm so stupid.
Why would you be stupid?
It's like I can't help getting under my mother's feet. That's how I end up being pushed, cut, or burned. You see, I'm...
When exactly do these...
Ever since I was little. That's why I need to stay with Mum. I'm not capable of taking care of myself.
I suspect you...
No, what happened to him?
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning. Good evening.
It's locked. It's locked, all right. Good evening.
You know...
Tell me, Carolyn.
No.
You really believe it's just bad luck?
Of course, Doctor. What else could it be? I have nothing to hide.
You are responsible for your daughter's many injuries and scars, Carolyn. You brutalize her.
How could I abuse my own flesh and blood? This is nonsense. It would be like hurting myself.
You really believe you've done nothing wrong, don't you? How long has this been going on for? I should have seen it when you were my...
Seen what? Child abuse? Are you mad, Dr. Reed? I dedicated my whole life to my precious Carol.
Yes. Even her name is just a part of yours. This is a terrible tragedy. Something of an unknown disorder. My God. Abuse that comes from overwhelming love.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Speak to me, Carolyn. Why do you behave like this? How does it make you feel to hurt Carol before...
I don't know. It makes me feel good to take care of my daughter. I need to feel useful. No one ever did.
Do you realize Carol is a person? Not a toy. Not a doll. The poor girl would put her hand in a flame to please you. You are both trapped in this...
Carol and I are perfectly happy. Leave us be. How stupid I was to believe you could be a suitable...
I'm not judging you, Carolyn. I believe you're a victim too. I'm just trying to explain that you...
You will not separate me from my flesh and blood.
What is your...
He was alone.
Good...
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Good evening.
My mother...
You need to understand you are in danger.
That's a lie. She has always taken good care of me. She only gets irritated when I get under her feet. It's my fault.
Yes, Carol. Your mother believes...
What are you saying? That she lied to me all these years? That she wants me to be miserable? My mother has dedicated...
Your mother is terribly sick, Carol. She suffers from one of the most sadistic attitudes I've ever encountered.
No. My mum loves me and only wants...
Goodbye, Carol.
I am sorry. I can't.
Good
help
evening.
you.
You know.
Perhaps you should talk.
終わったね。
Goodbye.
I hope you can stay a little
ど
longer.
こだっけ。今日誰か歩いてる。あ、なんか違う。なんだ。ああ、わかった。もともと来た道だ。あれどこだ。この辺降りるとこだったんだけどな。もうちょっと。あ、
It's a leak!
Have faith, brothers! Back in the grave! Remember your vows, friends! Back, demon! Back! Must stop! Lord, give us strength! Roll back! I shall be
あれなんか地下降りたとこなんだよな。から降りたんだっけ。あ、
It's locked, all right.
Survive the epidemic. But I see. Good evening.
I found your notebook.
And you brought it back to me. That's... the oldest temptation of all. If Pandora herself did not pass the test, I suppose I should not blame you for your...
So you're not angry?
Why should I be? To live is to make choices, Jonathan. And you made yours. Now give it to me.
Tell me the truth.
By the stole, you really thought you could force Usher Talltree to yield to your little mind tricks?
Why can't I force?
I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
So, are you?
As a brilliant man once said, to be unambiguous can only be to one's own detriment.
Have you any...
What was his last thought?
Can you read the card?
Put the money...
Good.
I... The Empress. Again. What are the cards?
開いてんのかなんだ本当にこうなったわけね。いいんだっけ？いいか。ホワイトチャペルって誰かないな。病院と
Perhaps I should look into it. I should never have taken up my father's business. Stupid beast! Leeches! Bloody monster! Fucking fast!
They're lively! It's on to us! Watch out for them teeth!
If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found another. Good evening, vampire hunter.
Are you here to end me, Leech? You'll find I will not be killed easily.
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The Guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you? You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
A creature called a disaster is about to be unleashed. It falls upon me, as once it did Marshall, to stop it before the whole country is ravaged.
I should have destroyed that book. And yet, I wish I could join this battle alongside you. But this crusade is not mine to fight.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies. Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Why are you...
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of...
Were both your parents?
Yes. And yet worse.
And who?
Carl Eldritch. One time...
What will the Guard of Pre...
Yes.
What?
Yes.
How long have you known?
We saw you meeting her, so of course we investigated.
Like me?
I am indebted to you for sparing me a...
Adieu.
Until we...
Turn around. This one's mine! Too strong! See it, fancy clothes! This one's a top! He's dead! What is that?
blood. I cannot use garlic, but there may be a substitute in the Pembroke Hospital drug storage. There it is. Insulin. Much more efficient than garlic against blood poisoning and sepsis, and much less dangerous for me. Thank you, Dr. Polescu. blend seems stable. Time to go and find Harriet in the sewers.
ないけど。寝ないと怒らんのか。今寝たくねえ。
It's locked.
これどこ？どうやって？出た。
Damn it! Why is this so difficult every time? That is better. That is better. I will make it through one more night.
Good evening.
Doctor,
I know you're taking drugs.
I need it to endure the long shifts.
I understand the gesture, Doctor.
Thank you for your understanding, my dear colleague. And Bill?
Good.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye.
Good evening.
I have read your son's suicide note.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never...
Punish you?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me...
Do you realize your son...
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have...
I can't give up on him. I just can't. I have...
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motive.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better...
Why?
I think it was more that he...
What do you think he...
Mortimer has always been...
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice.
He was at death's door when he was brought here.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Miss.
Don't waste your time.
This hospital
Good evening.
seems to
I'm
be
okay.
falling apart. But in circumstances...
Your mother won't let you down, Mortimer.
No.
Won't you even...
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better? Do you want me to tell her the same thing? I could, but it would not...
Do you need any...
I'm afraid...
You are not...
And you have...
I have to go now.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
港寄らないと。ついのか。
This is Ascalon's.
You again.
Do you need...
Yeah.
So you... Goodbye.
boys get what's coming to them.
こっちから出れるわけじゃない。どっちから行こうが近いんだろう。
Easy does it, boys! We can deal with this first! Human! Kill it! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
間違えてるわ。
This place has been ransacked. They've all been slaughtered. Pre-one? No, not their style.
気になるところですが、今日はこの辺りで終了したいと思います。では、またよかったら見に来てください。もう少しで終わるんじゃないかなって思います。では、じゃあねー。